we're back on Talking Democracy. Before we went to break, we were talking about traveling and some opportunities you're getting. If you'd like to talk a little more about that.
Sure. Just a couple weeks ago, I was in Detroit at an e-citizenship institute and gave a presentation with our provost, Larry Gould, talking about some of the initiatives we've got going on here on campus. And a lot of the things tie in with American Democracy Project. What we're trying to do is tie our virtual students in with our on-campus students and figure out how we're going to represent them in SGA and get them involved in the political discussion. Obviously, we have some issues here getting our own on-campus students involved in that discussion. The Tiger Talkback boards and the Memorial Union have been a big part of that. Being able to go through and have students discuss issues on the boards. I'll be honest, I didn't think they were going to work. They're just 3 whiteboards that are sitting up in the union on the wall with a marker beside them. And we post questions on there 2 days a week. And students are free to just write whatever they feel in response to that question. And like I said, I didn't think it was going to work, but the first couple of days we had a huge response.
So, and they answer seriously? You're not?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
You know, we had some concerns with that initially, and we've had a few comments that we just go up and erase because they're stupid. But you get that with anything. It's just like an online discussion, and we try to keep it, we encourage people to be professional with it. We actually had a couple of student groups request to have a question posted for their group. Up till dawn, it was National Cancer Week, and they posted a question asking, what has cancer done in your life? How has it affected you? And we had some paragraph-long responses on a whiteboard that were just, it was amazing. We couldn't believe it, and it's been really cool.
Well, that's great. And I also wanted to ask you, do you think that there will ever be a senator for the virtual college? Do you think that'll...
I don't know. We're working on how to bring them in. Obviously, they have issues that we're not aware of as on-campus students. I was reading just yesterday a bunch of reviews about the Fort Hays Virtual College, and every single review mentioned that advising was a problem. And that's an issue we don't see here on campus nearly as much. My advising situation has been great. But we have to develop strategies to help them with the advising in the virtual college. And it's our job as student government to take those issues to the administration and make them heard.
So typically, I mean, you feel like you're heard, right? This is...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. We have a direct line to any of the administrators, really. And it's great because if there are issues, we can have them resolved in the same day and sometimes within an hour or two. It's great. I can pick up the phone and call pretty much anybody and just say, hey, you know, what's going on? And they either try to explain it or they fix it. It's a great opportunity.
Well, that's great. And I also wanted to ask you, SGA sponsors Safe Ride, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And how is the response with that? I think, you know, Friday nights, you know, until 3 a.m., the phones would be ringing off the hook.
They are. We have great response. I don't know how many people know actually that SGA sponsors it. We give them $5,000 a year to run Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and we're talking about expanding it in the future, hopefully. Thursday nights would be great, so we could run Thursday through Saturday, or Wednesday through Saturday, so that, I mean, we're providing college students and the community at large an opportunity to ride home safe, and it's great.
Well, that is great. Excuse me, your travels, you were mentioning to me you went to Chicago and Denver?
Yeah, Chicago was a strategic planning trip. We went with the vice presidents and provost, President Hammond, and a member of the Board of Regents. And we spent 3 days in 12 hours of meetings, and it was a lot of fun. We actually accomplished more than you would think. Got a really good direction for the next 10 years. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens as a result of those meetings.
Well, and I assume too that, I mean, these are paid trips. This is really...
Yeah, I get travel reimbursement for it, so that's always nice.
That's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that get, you know, a lot of people more interested, you know, and that
Sure.
looks amazing on your resume.
And it's a lot of fun. I try to take advantage of the opportunities, and for instance, when I was in Detroit, I signed up to give a presentation, and it was accepted, and had a really good time.
Well, so what are your plans after school with this? Are you planning on, you know, getting more into politics?
Eventually, yeah. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm looking at a master's program at K-State, and could end up anywhere. I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Well, great. And then is there anything else you'd like to tell people watching about SGA?
Get involved. If not SGA, we have over 100 student organizations. KFHS being one of them. We give out over $700,000 in money for trips, for staff positions. Get involved. We have a lot of opportunities, and it's a small enough campus that you can really make a difference.
Okay, and allocations? Wanted to ask you about that if you want to.
Yeah, I'm glad not to have anything to do with that this year.
Okay.
I co-chaired it last year, and I'm glad that all I have to do is sign it this year. Basically what happens is about 40 to 50 organizations request anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000 in funding. And the allocations committee goes through, reviews all the requests. I think we spent about 90 hours on it last year, and goes through, has hearings, puts together a final request and submits it to Senate, and we have a final anywhere from 2.5 to 5 hour Senate meeting to discuss the allocations request.
Okay, well, great. Well, that's our show. I'd like to thank Tyler Thompson for being our guest today on Talking Democracy. To view an archive of this program or to view a schedule for Talking Democracy, please visit our website, www.kfhs.net, or visit the Talking Democracy Facebook site for pictures, updates, blogs, and much more. You can also find information on upcoming shows and submit any questions you may have for Talking Democracy. Talking Democracy, is also on Twitter @TalkingDem. We thank you for watching and for Talking Democracy.